So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fall League Championship here for Water City. This is the Rogue River Division where you have Team Robinson facing off against Team O'Neill. Now, both teams had very similar seasons, actually. Team Robinson and Team O'Neill each finished with 7-3 records. They also each finished first in their respective divisions. And they also each combined for team totals of 60 points or more. That would be each team, and that is spectacular. Here you see just the finish of Hockey 101 as these two teams are getting ready to start their warm-ups. Over here we've got Team Robinson already starting their warm-up. That's an indication of their playing style, actually. That team is always ready to go, always a bit frenetic, but comes out with tons of energy. That is your captain there, Mitch Robinson, leading his team. And over here we have Tommy Murdoch, which brings to mind another similarity between the two teams. Tommy Murdoch, who finished the season, his rookie season here in Rogue River, with 42 points, which is something we believe here at MVP to be the all-time single-season best in Rogue River. Still checking the stats on that one. But Tommy Murdoch, definitely the standout for Team Robinson, and you could refer to him as the eye of the hurricane because we mentioned the freneticism of the rest of the team, and he is definitely the calm at the center of that. Now over here on the other side for Team O'Neill, which is built definitely on chemistry. That is where these two teams split. One is a little more go. The other one is very conscientious and thoughtful about where they're headed. But getting back to similarities, here we have Tim Mentz skating back around for Team O'Neill. Tim Mentz, definitely the standout here for Team O'Neill. His point total, I believe, was 34 or 36 this season, which is also outstanding. Very few men in that category. That may put him in the top 10 of all-time leading scorers in Rogue River. So there you have it, the two teams are ready to start off, and we'll be back right after this.
Okay, looks like we're all set for the opening face-off. I'm Joey Delgado, your play-by-play man here tonight in the Rogue River Championship between Team O'Neill and Team Robinson. And right now, Team O'Neill controls off the draw. Dale with an early opportunity for a shot. Robinson's D will scoop that up, sending that around as Eileen McCusick for Brad Slama. It's a 2-on-1 early on. These two teams are all about offense, so we'll see plenty of opportunity. And here comes another one with Tim Mentz and Christy Rivera against Eileen. He passes over, shot, and Christy shoots wide. Looks like Santi struggled a little bit on the carom off the back of the boards. So with 22-22, we have two scoring opportunities already, and we don't expect to see that slow down in any way, shape, or form. Christy with a shot right off the face-off here. And Mitch up to Tommy Murdoch. He's one of the key players we got to watch for. He sends a backhand pass up the boards for Brett Dougherty. He sends it right back for Tommy. This is a set play, folks. Over back for Brett. Whips it out in front for nobody. At least that's part of a set play. They don't really seem to have the other part figured out yet. Then again, this team scored 65 goals this season. Here's another 2-on-1. Nope. Timmy Menz gets back just in time. Brett's going to shoot this one. Chris Horsey with the save. But Tommy Murdoch is there for the rebound. Murdoch on board early. Usually that's how he does it. He scored 25 goals in the regular season. Believed to be one of the all-time greatest single scoring outputs ever in the history of Rogue River. And last week in the first round of the playoffs, he had a goal within 5 seconds. So here he gets Team Robertson on the board within about 90 seconds. Oh, he gets another opportunity right in front of the net from Brett Dougherty. and Robertson taking control early on. Murdoch with a pass in front. That's picked off by Leslie Farr, and she sends it down. Tommy Jin stepping up hard, trying to beat Slama to that, but he plays that well. He controls now. He's looking up for who else? Tommy Murdoch, but that play, they didn't read that one too well. So here's Christy Rivera, right back in the middle, almost picked off by Murdoch. You don't want to see that if you are an O'Neill fan. Eileen handles that one now. She's going up against Christy Rivera, though. Two defensemen there. It's back in front for Leslie all alone. She can't hit it clean, though, so it goes out to the side. Slama will recover. He's got Brett to his left, Tommy to his right. He skates it to the middle. Gives it over to Tommy, who's going to rip that shot. Beautiful shot inside the post. But Chris Horsley's there with the inside of his arm. A giveaway here. Slama with the big slap shot. Timmy Menz goes down and blocks that. Now Brett Dougherty has it. He's controlling. He's trying to get it through for Tommy Murdoch. Tommy Jin won't let him have that. He wins that quick battle of the Tommies. One thing that we're looking at here early on is that Team O'Neill, unfortunately, does not seem to have their captain, their leader, Brian O'Neill, one of the all-time leading scorers in the history of the rink, let alone Rogue River. Now here we go. It's Tommy Murdoch in the face-off. He sends it forward. That's one of the little things he likes to do. He's very good at it, of course. Timmy Menz, though, has it, controls it, and now he yells to Leslie, skate that thing up. So now she's doing it. She takes a shot from long distance out, and Kenny Santiago easily eats that one up. We'll have a face-off now with about 19 minutes and 40 seconds to go. 1-0 Team Robinson. Murdoch in the face-off here. Mitch Robertson, the captain, right behind him, where he will pick up the puck, and now he sprints forward. It's going to be him and Michael Emonts, rookie Michael Emonts. Mitch takes the shot, fat rebound out. Here comes Tommy Jin. He's got 3-on-2 if he hurries. Now it's a 2-on-2. No, back to Tommy. Beautiful pass. He can put it wherever he wants and puts it off to the side of the net just a little bit. Normally Tommy a very, very, very accurate shooter, and he's also a clutch player in the playoffs. Meanwhile, Timmy Menz coming out of the corner, making all kinds of moves, but he can't put that pass right on Leslie's stick. She'll send it back in for Tommy Jin. He's being worked on by Brad Slama. He throws it in front, but only Mitch Robertson is there. He sends it over to Slama, and he's going to try to walk around Leslie Farr. He does get around her. He's got Tommy Murdoch. He takes the shot right on. Murdoch has it, controls the rebound, works the corner a little bit. Tommy Jin all over him. Murdoch comes out of the corner with that, though. Now he decides he's going to put some muscle into it. His pass is picked off, and away they go slowly but surely. All of them are up, though. It's 4-on-3. Only Tommy Jin is almost back, and he's not. Dale Crandon had an opportunity at that floating puck, but couldn't quite see it in time. Mitch Robertson now controls it, sends it back for Brad Slama. He sends it all the way across for Murdoch. He spots Christy Rivera coming, and he figures that's what he's going to do. But he's got Michael Emonts with him now. Beautiful pass, the redirection right in front. But Chris Horsey there to make that save. He punches that one out. Now Timmy Menz has this. If they score there, if they score here, Horsey will get an assist, and you know how important that is to him because he's a pretty selfish guy when it comes to that kind of stuff. All right, meanwhile, Santi with the save, and now Robinson controlling in their own end. Slama all the way across for Tommy Murdoch. Neither team with much of a bench here today. Team Robinson with only 2 subs, Team O'Neill with just 1. We wonder how that's going to factor into the offense. Both of these teams used to be skating a lot, scoring a lot. As Christy Rivera walks in through everybody, she's got 2 people in front, but they couldn't get the shot on goal. Now here comes Mitch. He sends it up for Tommy Murdoch. He's got Brett for the breakaway pass, and Brett could not settle that thing down. Tommy Murdoch comes slowly up the middle. Is he going to get the puck? No. Brett Dougherty goes for the wraparound attempt. Chris Horsley expecting that, handles it with relative ease. As we see Russ, the ref, getting set for the face-off. We do have 2 referees here today, so that's good that that the referee roster is loaded. Unfortunately, not the same for both teams. Meanwhile, here's Brett working it hard off the face-off. He sends it around. Tommy Jin's going to take that one and start out with a 3-on-1 as Tommy Murdoch is on the bench. This is their opportunity to try to get some offense. Tommy Jin takes that shot, but it's deflected wide. Christie throws it in front. Mitch Robertson trying to control this thing. Here's Dale Crandon. It's alone. Oh, Christie almost getting it there. Brett comes back to clean up the mess, but now he's got Christie on him, and now he's part of the mess. Christie Rivera tries to get it in front, all on for Dale. Beautiful outlet pass from Mitch Robinson, just out of reach. Timmy Mens works it around Mitch Robinson, and he walks it in, and it's a 4-on-3. And you can see why these teams score so many goals, as Kenny Santiago makes that save. They'll move 4 up at any time. And right now, Brad Slama walks in and should have had a breakaway, but he had to wait for the puck. Now we got a 2-on-2. Brad Slama trying to get back in on Christie. She takes a shot. Eileen McCusick deflects that one to the side. Slama goes down, trying to battle that one past Tommy Ginn. Tommy Ginn, the old veteran there, the young old veteran. He sends it back for Timmy Mens, who makes a nice move. He's got a shot opportunity. Uh-oh, it's picked off. It's a breakaway opportunity for the rookie. Can he get there in time for the shot? Timmy Mens with a beautiful play. Oh, nothing but stick there, folks, and that's why there's no penalty in that. Timmy Mens showing why he's a veteran of this league. Talk about a young veteran with a lot of scoring potential. Nice move by Christy Rivera. She's going to draw the penalty here as Chris Horsey comes racing off the court. Here comes Leslie Farr, the only sub for Team O'Neill. And they weren't quite able to work that for a quick power play, but you've got to admire the enthusiasm of Mr. Horsley to race on over there once he spotted that. It's unfortunate that, again, these teams are shorthanded, so basically they're just bringing in their only sub. It's almost not worth it to tire somebody out, but then again, I guess that just depends on your perspective. Tommy Murdoch rifles that thing out, trying to kill the penalty now. Here's Horsley with it. He leaves it for Timmy Mens, and they're going to set up the power play. Murdoch pushing hard on this penalty kill. Christy Rivera. It's a 3-on-2 until Murdoch gets back into play. She sends it over for Tommy. He's going to get a shot. Oh, no, he's not. It's a 2-on-1 the other way, folks. It's Brett Dougherty and Tommy Murdoch. Tommy goes slow. He doesn't want to race all the way up there. Off the post by Dougherty. Tommy Ginn trying to get it into the zone. Cannot. Tommy Murdoch just trying to eat up some clock, and he does. There's Brad Slama with it. It's rolling. It's off of Tommy Ginn. Again, he can't get it cleanly past Tommy Ginn. Here's Timmy Mens. He doesn't like to shoot from out there. He will occasionally, but he's much better off just walking in like this. Oh! And he goes, I thought that was going to go out. That was so out and wide, but actually stayed in the court somehow. Dale Crandon back, but Horsley would much rather give it away himself to Tommy Murdoch, who takes the shot. Horsley gets a glove on it, and then has to make another save.
You know, you have to make that save when you give it away to somebody like that.
Anjanette Rieger, I didn't know you were here.
Well, hey, let me get a word in edgewise, and I might have something.
No, you were saying, as Brett Dougherty races in for this almost breakaway opportunity.
Yeah, we've seen some fantastic speed here by Brett. You mentioned the short benches, though. We'll see if that speed can keep up, if he can maintain that throughout the night. My bet is on yes. What do you think, Joey?
Well, I'm not really sure. I have more confidence in Robinson's ability in the stamina department. It looks like they actually have they have 2 subs. They have 1 on the bench, and you know that there's the Pendleton factor.
Well, definitely. Pendleton is known for showing up late, but also on the opposite side, Brian O'Neill is known for showing up late also. Usually does, though, walk in during the warm-up. Haven't seen him yet tonight,
as far as I can tell. You mean the guy with the puck right here?
Oh, there he is. I've been missing him.
Oh, and as soon as he's back, he gets an assist within seconds of his first shift. And that tells you how important he is to this team, folks. The score is tied 1-1. He gets the puck off the face-off, sends it back over for the shot. I believe that was Tommy Ginn with the shot. I'm not sure that Kenny Santiago saw that, but nonetheless, it's a goal. It's 1-1, and we're gonna start to see the sparks fly now.
So, who was that goal by, Joey?
I believe that was Tommy Ginn. Okay, here comes Christy Rivera. She's got her captain in front of her. She passes over to him, and it's picked off easily. Tommy Murdoch. It's a 3-on-1. A long distance 3-on-1, a long distance shot off the post. There's 2 posts for Robinson. That's not a good sign, folks. You start seeing posts happening. You start to wonder if somebody's a little rusty, if the timing isn't right. Tommy Ginn with a blast! That goes just far to the right. Tommy Ginn once scored 4 goals in a playoff game. and 3 of them were on powerful slap shot blasts. He's clutch. He's got and he's got a way of just letting it rip. He's not real fancy when it comes to scoring. He just puts it in the net. Tommy Murdoch with an opportunity here. Chris Horsley deciding that he's going to have to help out his D. And O'Neill sends this out where Robinson and Farr do battle. Murdoch with this puck. Surveys the scene. It's picked off. Leslie doesn't take off right away. She could have had a breakaway. She waits for help, though, going long distance here. Tries to get it through the defense of Robinson. Then throws it right in front where Santi will hold. Curious play by the O'Neill team there with an opportunity to score, or at least create a scoring opportunity. Shows you that they can sometimes be a little too defensive-minded, which is hard to believe looking at their stats. Both teams offensive juggernauts. However, they also are capable of giving up lots of goals as well. Brett Dougherty, another 2-on-1. It's 2-on-1 City, folks. He shoots right on, and I think that's in. They're calling it a goal. I'm not sure how that went in. I don't think Chris Horsley is either. He looks behind him, trying to see where it went.
Yeah, I think he expected that fat rebound to come out. By the sound of that post, so did I.
It seemed, yeah, I think you're probably right. It seemed like they're still talking about it, folks. He thinks it might have got short side. He's a little disappointed.
He's a little bit of a ham for the camera.
Oh, he's also that. Woo, what a play by Brian O'Neill. He tips it out between his legs. It's another 2-on-1. It's a 3-on-1. Right to Timmy Mentz. That's who you want it to if you're on Team O'Neill. We mixed a beautiful backhand forehand move, but Kenny Santiago stays with it. And now here comes Captain Mitch Robinson. Skating in from the defensive position, gives it to Brett, who doesn't see it. Mentz back already, though. He'll clean it up. He'll start this thing all over again. Throws it over to Brian. Brian checking his options, sends it down easily for Dale, but Mitch is right on top of that. Dale goes down. Mitch stays up, and now he'll try to skate past Brian. Nice lead pass for Brad Slama with the slap shot right on. And Timmy Mentz will take care of this. You were saying, Anjanette.
You know, I was thinking Brian O'Neill might actually skip tonight's game, considering the trophy he won on Monday night, a pint glass.
No, that's true.
I was thinking maybe he spent the time between then and now just filling up his trophy.
Brian has been known to imbibe on occasion. And
are you spreading rumors?
I am not spreading them. I'm
You're just perpetuating
them. No, I'm starting them. I don't actually know if that's true at all.
All right. Well, now that he has the pint glass, it has to be true. Brand new trophies out here for Water City. Every winner gets to take home a pint glass.
Face-off won by Team O'Neill. But Robinson sort of controlling. Tommy Ginn really working hard here. Tommy Ginn comes in he's got these spurts where all of a sudden he becomes much, much more of a factor. And he knows how to play these really good players like Tommy Murdoch. He doesn't seem to have any fear. Timmy Mentz with a good pass over to Tommy Ginn. Wants a slap shot, then he sends it over for Dale. Only Timmy Mentz back as they start up again. Brett. Nothing fancy when it comes to Brett Dougherty. He'll just shoot it right at you. Oh no, another. Oh! Chris Horsley challenging Tommy Murdoch, coming out, giving it to him repeatedly in this game. So far, he has not been burned like that. But you've got to wonder how long that can last. And you've got to wonder how big the smile is inside that goalie mask right now, too, knowing Horsley. Here's Robinson. Sends it over to Slama. And there's Tommy Murdoch wide open. And beautiful pass. Couldn't get that one to settle down. Slama slams his stick in disgust, although he couldn't do anything better than that, I think. Mitch Robinson chasing a rolling puck with Christy Rivera, old former longtime root. Oh no, line mate Christy Rivera. She steals it. She gets it in front, and she hits the top right corner. She gets her own rebound. You cannot underestimate Christy Rivera, and yet Anjanette Rieger, everybody seems to do that.
Everybody does do that. You know, she has a skating style, I suppose you could say, that makes people think she's not too quick out there, but man, you turn around and she's right on your tail or kicking your ass, absolutely. And she just showed Mitch Robinson why he liked to play with her so much and not against her.
I think you're absolutely right. I think he's thinking about that right now. And maybe he should change jerseys or something.
I think so. It wasn't just the fun in the carpool.
Okay, O'Neill here trying to restart things. And he walks in, Brian does. Oh boy, he's got the shot opportunity. You know, when he has time to look, he's one of the most accurate shooters in the history of this league. That's the number one reason why he's been so prolific throughout his long, respected career. Well played by Eileen McCusick. Ooh, and Leslie Farr runs into the Mack truck, also known as Tommy Murdoch.
You know, we just were talking about Christy Rivera, and it's very important to note that she came up with the game-winning goal in overtime last week to push her team into this championship game.
Oh, once again, she's clutch. She I think it was 3 seasons ago that she had a hat trick in the second half of a playoff game.
I believe you were on the opposite bench.
Well, we don't really have to concern ourselves with that part of the story. This is about Christy Rivera. Let's not take her moment away from her.
All right.
But nonetheless, those 3 goals definitely won the game that day for her team, and they wound up going on to the championship, and I believe winning it. Meanwhile, let's get back to the action here today. Let's just stop talking about the old days, Anjanette.
You mean the old days where you lost?
Right. Okay, Brian O'Neill, he sees Leslie Farr. Oh! But so did Bratislava. Leslie coming in hard. She's starting to play a little bit harder. She probably doesn't like some of the physical stuff that's happened. Back out to Brian O'Neill at the point. Can he spot the hole? He could not get the shot through anyway. Bratislava, he makes a move around Brian O'Neill. Bratislava doesn't like that little sort of clip that O'Neill tried on him. So now he's going to play hard. Bratislava has a bad temper. He's legendary for that. So
yep,
we'll see
I think we definitely just saw that there. Brian O'Neill, though, not one to really just take that and let it go on.
That's true. He'll fight back if he feels it's necessary. Tommy Murdoch trying something just a second ago, a series of moves against Christy Rivera. Once again, proving that people will. Oh my goodness, we have a complete breakaway. Nope. Dale Crandon is able to get back before Emons can even get a shot. So Tommy Ginn sends that around now. Here's Timmy Menz. He's trying to walk in. What's he going to do? Will he take it to the net? No, he shoots from the outside. It's deflected, and there will be a face-off. Tommy Murdoch goes off the court. You've got to wonder, Anjanette, Tommy Murdoch trying that series of moves against Christy Rivera. He could have just simply walked around her with his power and his speed. Is it getting to him? Is he wondering if he's going to be able to score? Is the pressure of being in the championship as a rookie a little too much for Tommy Mack Truck Murdoch?
Well, I would say, considering the poise he's had all season, that the pressure here is not too much. Although I would say that it's definitely worth dwelling on the fact that Chris Horsley has stymied him this entire game.
Well, no, not exactly. He did have the very first goal.
All right.
He did have the first goal.
So you want to count that one then?
Yeah, I think you do. Before you start ripping somebody apart for not scoring, you probably ought to check the score sheet.
Probably oughta. But Chris Horsley has to be in his head at this point.
You got to wonder about that. He has probably played against Horsley over and over again. He's seen him play goalie in Thunder Bay, where Tommy Murdoch is also a goalie. Look at these moves by Timmy Menz, and he cannot put that puck where he wants to, which has to be on the right side of the net. He cuts over to his left. He's trying to get under the puck. That's definitely a goal scorer's move, a goal scorer's goal. It should have been. Timmy Menz not able to bury that one. So far, the 2 premier players for each team not able to do exactly what they want, although it's definitely still early here. With about 3 minutes left in the first half. Tommy Ginn making some fancy moves in front of his net.
He was trying to wrestle the rolling puck there. We've seen a lot of that tonight. Saw a lot of that on Monday too. Oftentimes that can be a temperature thing, but it's also just a nature of the puck thing.
Well, it is kind of a chilly night. You know, it's a little frost in the air. I think pucks tend to bounce a little bit more when that happens. Tommy Ginn, he's really working hard now. He's all the way down in the other end, but oh my goodness, we have a complete breakaway. Can Timmy Menz actually catch Brett Dougherty? Well, he didn't have to, because Chris Horsley was equal to that save, equal to that shot with that save. Brett Dougherty, you know, he's a north-south player. He's not going to mess around with it. He's not going to worry about making any moves. He's just going to worry about shooting it, putting it in the net. That's the way Brett plays, always has, before he suffered the dramatic broken leg and since he's come back.
Yeah, he took, 2 years off to heal that thing?
Seemed like it was 2 years. A shot from Christy Rivera right on. Nice slap shots. I think it surprised Kenny Santiago, but then what else is due? Because Christy Rivera continues to surprise everyone. They probably ought to do what they probably ought to do is go back and check her career stats in clutch moments, and I think then she won't be so open.
Then they might not take her so lightly.
They might not. Then again, they might. In some ways, it's good to be disrespected, Anjanette.
Absolutely.
Right on.
I wish that happened to me a little more often.
Don't worry, I promise I'll disrespect you. That's what you really want.
I'm sure you will in the next 5
respect.
minutes, perhaps.
Here's Timmy Menz. He tries. Oh! He hits the outside of the net there. A little bit more, 2 inches more to the right. That thing is in. Tommy Murdoch sends this thing out. Brian O'Neill has it. We have about a minute to go. Makes a nice move, a little fake past Mitch Robinson. He walks in, he's looking, he's spying everything. He thinks he's got something, he's got nothing. Here's Christy Rivera, she throws that shot right on net. And you know, right now Rivera is probably leading both teams in shots on goal. Certainly within the last few minutes. As the countdown begins with just about 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here with the score tied at 2.
You know, that shot we saw O'Neill take just a second ago was very characteristic of what he likes to do. Hang on to it, hang on to it, hang on to it, and then at the last second take a nice snapshot.
Timmy Menz showing a lot of poise against the onslaught of Tommy Murdoch, surprisingly. I tell you what, if that were me, I wouldn't be that calm. He's still skating kind of, ooh, look at that. 13 seconds to go. Now he's got some time, a room to walk in. He's not sure what he wants to do. He's really holding that thing. I'm not sure what his plan is. I'm not sure if he has one. 1 second to go, and that'll be that. Well, if you're Timmy Menz, you're thinking to yourself, hey, I didn't give up any shots on goal. I didn't give up any breakaways, and so far that's a good thing for either team to say. What's your assessment of the first half here, Anjanette?
Well, I think we saw a lot of energy, and I'm worried that we won't see that same energy in the second half when we definitely need to see that. Both teams, you know, I talked in the pregame show about how both teams were so similar throughout the season, at least on the scoreboard, and yet again tonight they're very similar. We're going into this halftime here with a tie game and short benches on both sides.
Well, I agree with you. You know, and some part of me agrees with you on the thought that perhaps they can't continue that sort of that hectic pace, the little bit of the pond hockey aspect that we've seen with the 2-on-1s and the 3-on-2s. We may not see as many of those. On the other hand, what we are likely to see is goals, and that's what really this game is all about. This is what people come to see, and as you know, Anjanette, these two teams played once before, and at the end of the first half, they had a similar score.
They did. Team Robinson did come out the victor in that game. I believe the final score was 9-5. Team Robinson was leading 3-2 at the half, but yes, very, very close game at the half.
And in that game, Team Robinson counted on the hat trick from Martin Pendleton, who is the X factor here, because when he's here, he's effective. Martin Pendleton was Captain Robinson's first pick in the draft. I believe it was 4th or 5th overall, and he's counted heavily on him. But Martin is a person who is notorious for coming late. I don't believe I've ever seen him this late. So
I was going to say there's late, and then there's just plain missing the game.
Right.
And we're nearing that territory.
You've got to wonder if he's actually even going to try to get here, or if he wasn't supposed to make it. And you know, you look at these rosters, look at some of the people that aren't here. It isn't just the first round pick. It's also John Law, who's another very fast player for Team Robinson. He's all defense all the time. He's not here. And you know, over for O'Neill, they're missing Ryan Burness, and you know who they've missed all season long. But the person that they're really missing that they could really use tonight is Nate Forstall. He's not here. So
yeah, that's a strange sight to not see Nate Forstall. He's a guy you see at a lot of open ice times and pickup games and things like that. Always loves to get out on the court. Was he an expected loss tonight, Joey?
I actually don't really know. I do know that in the last couple of seasons he actually has been. Oh, there's a breakaway opportunity for Emont. He continues to get breakaway opportunities, and Brian O'Neill's team continues to say that's okay. You're right. Nate Forstall was like that, for most of his career, but in recent seasons, he's actually been somewhat unpredictable in terms of his attendance. Here comes Tommy Murdoch now trying to start up a play. Another breakaway long pass, lead pass for Michael Emons. And eventually, if he keeps getting them, you got to wonder if he's gonna actually be able to take advantage of it. He is a rookie. Some say that he's probably better suited for a Loch Ness. Whoa, that pass knocks Eileen McCusick down. She recovers in time to make sure that the captain and longtime friend Brian O'Neill will not be able to take advantage of her on the ground. It's Christy Rivera. She sends it over to Brian. He whips it right back over for Tommy. Boom! With the shot right off net the top right corner. And that's what I'm talking about with Tommy Ginn, folks. If you can get Tommy Ginn to play on your team, which isn't easy, by the way, because he's actually out most of the time, and then all of a sudden he pops back in for a season. If you're lucky enough to get that guy on your team and you are in a big game, you've got something special there. And right now, Team O'Neill has a lead. Robertson backhands it for Slama, who rips it all the way up for Tommy Murdoch. And Team Robertson got to find some goals here. You would think that shouldn't be a problem for this lineup, even without Martin Pendleton. But so far, Tommy Murdoch only has had that one goal. Oops. Tommy Ginn gets a piece of that. Slama handles it. He kicks it back out to Dale Crandon. He throws it in the corner. Brad Slama will recover back out to Emons. He sees Mitch. He tries to go around the captain, and he does. Goes down too.
He took one for the team there.
He did. Murdoch in front for Robinson. Murdoch trying to find people. He's got Slama at the point, sends it back behind, but Emons can't get there. Tommy Ginn will take care of this one. He sends it up. Robinson waiting for that. And Tommy Ginn eats that one up. He walks it in. It's a 3-on-1. Boom! Another shot right on. He didn't quite have enough on that one. Looks like he's a little tired. He's at the end of his shift probably. But Tommy Ginn, he's got a curious way of just deciding, okay, it's time for me to win this thing. It's time for me to get involved. And here he is again. Making some moves, can't control it. He's got Timmy at the point, but Brett sees him there, so you don't want that to be picked up for a breakaway. Timmy saw that too, and he backed way out. He wasn't going to give up a breakaway. Right in front, Christy Rivera continuing to get opportunities, continuing to work it. She sees Dale. Beautiful play by Tommy Murdoch. Can Brett get the breakaway? No, he can't. Looks like to me like Team Robinson's slowing down here a little bit, with the exception of Christy Rivera, but they're not. I think what you said earlier might be panning out. Robinson trying to hit.
I think
Murdoch.
so too. This team is all go, 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 but there's the flip side of that, which is, that's a very good thing, but the flip side of that is that they're not good at conserving their energy, I think, for the key moments.
Murdoch now with it. He sees Brett. And Murdoch, he cannot finish. Chris Whiteman noted last week in his playoff game against this team that he kind of scouted Robinson a little bit. Noted that Tommy Murdoch, as a dominant player as he was, is that he's actually basically a finisher. And so far, we're seeing something to that effect here. Definitely an excellent player with all kinds of skill, but he seems to be reluctant to just go ahead and start the play and finish it. So
could that be a symptom here of the short roster that they have, the short bench?
Don't know.
Maybe he's missing the guy who starts the play for him.
Well, they are the ultimate play starter has got to be Martin Pendleton. Oh! And that puck rolls in front, but who else is there but Tommy Ginn? Timmy Menz sends this thing up. Here's Christy Rivera. She's going to walk into the slot and get a shot. Woo! Kind of a spooky little shot, and she continues to lead this team in shots on goal. Brad Slama has it, got a little bit of room in front of him, sees Christy Rivera and says, well, she's nothing to me, and then he loses it. Here's Brett Dougherty. He's going to try to send it in front for Murdoch. Can he finish? And he does. He does. And Whiteman's observation appears to be 100% accurate. He is a guy that is excellent within the span of a second here and a second there. But get him that puck. And so far, Brett, the only one to really do it successfully. Oh, and of course, Chris Horsley, we can't forget.
can't forget that one.
No. As we see rink owner Mark Tanis here. How are you, sir? Back to the action. Timmy Menz working it out of his zone. He's got a 3-on-2. It's continuing, folks. He wants a slap shot. You know, Timmy Menz not really known for a powerful blast. He'll take it on occasion. It's a good idea because woo! Oh, what an opportunity. Brian O'Neill just floated that thing in, and Kenny Santiago deflected it with a stick. Almost a fat rebound for Timmy Menz. Meanwhile, O'Neill continues to control, and now Santi has a piece of it. But what was I saying before? I know. It was about Timmy Menz. You know, I've played against this guy a number of times now, and much to my dismay, usually, he's a guy that doesn't like to take the slap shot, but he will. And when he does, it does set up so many other things for him. He becomes anything but one-dimensional, and he's not. He's a multi-dimensional player. As Brad Slama walks in, he tries to throw it in front for Iman with another opportunity. Oh, he gets a shot, but it goes wide.
Iman has had fantastic opportunities tonight.
He sure has. He sure has.
That's a great example of right place at the right time.
And it's also an example of the other team just not covering you very well.
Well, perhaps they're underestimating him a little bit tonight.
Well, yeah, until he scores, they're not. Mitch against him.
There's a little bit of that energy.
Now he sends it up front. Here's Imans. O'Neill will just send this thing straight up. Robertson reads it, and he has it. He sends it back. The famous Robertson backhand pass. Here's Slama all the way across for Robinson, who we'd like to see become more of a factor for his own team instead of the giveaway to Christy Rivera. She walks in front. She can't get around Brett Dougherty. Almost does. Throws it back in front for Dale Crandon. He's got Brian O'Neill, who has Timmy Menz, but the pass goes behind him, and they lose a little bit of their offensive thrust. Christy could not be more open, and Timmy is aware of this. Tim with the beautiful pass off the boards. Christy with the shot, eaten up by the defense of Dougherty and Slama. Slama sends it up for Murdoch. He sees Robinson. Whoop! Right on the stick. Right on the blade. Right in the pads. Robinson back across. Picked up by Timmy Menz, and here we go. 2-on-1. Robertson all over him. Right. Beautiful pursuit by Robertson. Helps keep Menz to the outside. And the score tied 3-3. 14:44 here to go. And now is where people start getting a little bit more tired, I think. As Murdoch steps into the face-off. Will he win it forward? Looks like he wants to. He does. And Brett Dougherty now. That's the play. Tommy says, I win it forward, and then Brett, you go get it.
The only trouble there, though, is he ran into Tommy Ginn, who had a little more speed than he did at that point.
And I think they might be reading that play. You know, they went to that well very consistently in the first round against Team Delgado, and didn't net them a lot of progress, but.
Hey, I thought we wanted to stop talking about your losses.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
So, well,
they keep coming up.
I hadn't mentioned anything about us losing in that one.
Well, you know, I thought it was worth taking note of.
And Slama now. He's got both of the female players against him. It's a Slama sandwich right now. Crunch, crunch twice, and he gets out and goes around the net. Christy Rivera, she's amped. Eileen McCusick. She brings it in. She's got a shot. Oh! Looked like Horsley might have struggled a little bit with that one. Tommy Murdoch with it now. He wants to pass it to somebody because that's what he likes to do. He's got Eileen. That's what he's looking for. She can't find it. Now she does. Sends it back in. But Tommy Ginn is there. Sends it up to the boards where Eileen McCusick waits. She does the McCusick lean that she's legendary for these days. Got 4 people here in the corner, and the board's right in front of us. Murdoch comes out of that with the puck right for Slama. He's got a 2-on-1, but Tommy Ginn right on him. He wants to take a slap shot in that situation. Oh, and he's going to draw the penalty, and Kenny Santiago races off the court as only he can. Robinson just barely gets on, and the penalty's called. Looks like it's probably going to be either a hook or a slash. I think that would be the hooking call. That's what happens when you work hard, folks. You get a little bit of an opening, you think you have an opportunity to push it, you push it, and even if you can't get the shot, you can draw the penalty sometimes. And you know when Slama feels that, he's going to go down and he's going to complain a little bit, and he's going to draw some attention, which is exactly what he ought to be doing. Now he goes off the bench, off the court altogether, and he rests. While for this power play, Team O'Neill has Tommy Murdoch on the face-off with Michael Emont to his right, Brett Dougherty at the far point where he wins it directly to. He takes a long-distance shot. Michael Emont gets a piece of his blade on that for a deflection, but that's sent out by Menz. There's Eileen McCusick back for this. She gives it to Tommy Murdoch, who plays it behind himself a little bit. He sends it across for Brett. Beautiful pass reception. Here's Christie. She sends this thing back out, and so far, Team O'Neill holding strong. As McCusick comes back to get this. She gives it to Tommy. Why wouldn't she? Oh, and Rivera. She's going to get a chance to walk in. She's going to walk straight in. Robertson right on her. Loose puck. Dougherty out for Murdoch, and it's Murdoch. And he's waiting for Brett. No, he's going to take a slap shot. It goes far to the left. Wide left.
You know, we were talking about Christy Rivera and how she continues to deceive people and come up big. One thing I've noticed in playing against her is that she has a very quick reaction time, and she anticipates a lot of what's out there.
What a chance by Brett Dougherty. He makes the move coming out of the corner, gets the shot right on, and that was a pretty good little save by Horsley there. Rivera sending it up the boards. Brad Slama with Crandon all over him. Slama recovers. He looks up. Got 3-on-2 here, folks. Now does he want the slap shot? Nope. Tommy Murdoch. The shot right on. Murdoch so powerful with that shot. Even as he's sort of falling away from the wrister or the snapshot, he can still get enough mustard on it that you can hear the thump as it hits the goalie pad. That's what makes him such a great finisher, though. He can just snap that puck and it flies. Loses that face-off to Crandon, though, and O'Neill gets to kill this one. Dougherty has it. We'll start this power play up again. Nope, Gin out of the penalty box. Tim Menz walks in. The shot, and he scores! What a shot! I think that must have hit a defenseman's stick. Brett Dougherty seems to be complaining about something. Maybe he thought there was a high stick, or maybe he's just talking with Tommy Murdoch. No, he is complaining about something. I'm not sure what. I even wonder if there's no, there isn't a penalty there, but what a play by Tim Menz. Team O'Neill, that's an example of their chemistry. They knew exactly what to do of their veteran experience. You know, they're killing this penalty, get ready, come out, here it comes, boom, and then you immediately pick it off. The other team, meanwhile, the last thing you want to do as you're killing a penalty and you're getting near the end of that is to throw it near the penalty box where the guy's coming off. In any case, Robertson now with this puck. He sends it up for Tommy Murdoch. Oh, what a pass! But it's a little too hot for Brett to handle. Tommy Murdoch slowly lumbers back towards the net. Oh! Brett with the turnaround blind pass, seemingly blind pass to Brad Slama right in front, point blank. Chris Horsley, I think, with the save. It may have missed the net, though. I'm not really sure.
I believe it did miss the net. Excellent shot opportunity, though.
There's Leslie Farr trying to get past Mitch. The puck does. Can she? No, but Christie does. She gives it to Tim. It's a little behind him. He's trying to find somebody, even if it has to be just himself. Oops. This is very bad, folks. Timmy Menz has to take the long way to get to her, and he does, but oh man, Tommy Murdoch gets the shot off, and if you can't stop him from shooting, you cannot stop him. It's just that simple.
You know, it looked like Tim Menz might have taken some of that in the face as he dove. His head snapped back a little bit.
I didn't actually see that. He might also just be, he's a little demonstrative, he's a little emotional, so he might be just expressing his disappointment at not being able to get a piece of that with his stick or his body. I think if he took it in the face, we would probably, he'd probably be showing that a little bit more.
Well, is he wearing a cage or just a shield?
He just wears a shield, so it'll hurt.
Yeah, that absolutely then.
Brad Slama with a long distance shot, but it doesn't get through. Brett Dougherty with it now. He'll take a shot from in the corner. What a save by Horsley. I don't know how he saw that, but it was a nice toe save. Score tied here, 4-4 with 7.5 to play. Tommy Jin skates it up, takes a slap shot, breaks a wrist, scores the game winner. Now he comes back. The behind the back pass from Slama is turned over. There's Dougherty with it. Again, Rivera causing nothing but mayhem. But Dougherty has it now, and everybody's up. Well, no, Eileen decided to make sure that she would mind the defensive spot. Tommy Jin didn't know that he had somebody on him. Rivera. Where is Brett Dougherty? Could not see it. Stood still and was right behind him. Timmy Men sends it up for Rivera. Here's Slama coming. Rolling puck. Rivera able to get a shot on net with one hand on her backhand. The ultimate clutch player continues to push ahead. The Snow Cougar fighting through the wind and the slush. That is
neither rain nor
Robertson's
sleet
defense.
nor snow.
Yes. She wins that face-off. O'Neill with the shot right on. Santi struggles a little bit with it. O'Neill wanted to really rip that, but he had to time it because it was sort of flopping a little bit, and actually wound up being a little dangerous for Santi because it flopped as it came to him. Here's Murdoch. He wants to go to his left. But again, Christy Rivera wins the face-off. Woo, that goes right in front of the net. Rivera with an opportunity. Oh, Mitch is barely able to keep his foot on that puck when she was trying to set it up. Here's Tommy Jin. He sees Brian O'Neill, and he continues to skate back for him. Dale Crandon can't win that one from Robertson. Can Robertson get past Jin? Two speedy players here, folks. Jin staying with him all the way. Mitch centers it. Murdoch has it now. Tries to throw it to Mitch. Cannot do it. Here's O'Neill. Sends it up for just out of reach of Tommy Jin. He just missed it. I think it was a pretty good pass, but he just didn't time it right or something. Here's McCusick up the boards where Christy says thank you. And now she will probably take it from this guy because that's what she does. No, she didn't quite. McCusick. Tommy Murdoch. He likes to skate backwards when he's receiving those passes, and sometimes he doesn't know who's back there. That's happened to him a couple times today. O'Neill, dangerous, right in front. Robertson getting some control here, but that's a bad giveaway. Beautiful pass by Crandon to Rivera. She's going to get a shot opportunity going around Robertson. She puts it in the net. And why does she do that? Because she's clutch. I think we've tried to say this a number of times. That's her third goal, is that right?
I don't know, man. You're the one with the stat sheet.
Oh, I am. I thought you were.
With my other hand?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, okay. So I have to actually do something with my hands other than, well, anyway.
Hey, sometimes the president of the company has to work a little bit. It's not just a freeloader job, you know, name on the nameplate and all.
What about all this talent I'm displaying right here? This excellent command of the English language, diction, my choice of wordage. Come on now.
I think we'll leave that up to the viewers to decide for you on that one.
That's not going to be good for me, I have a feeling. Timmy Mans with some nice fakes. He wants to get a shot here. He goes to the outside, the backhand. Goes around the net. Was going to throw it in front. He's got Robertson all over him. He turns. Somehow manages to keep control of that. He's going to get another shot with the backhand. That one's picked off. Both times he couldn't get enough mustard on the shot. Beautiful moves. Excellent ability to control the puck. Oh, he has it now. Now he'll probably take a slap shot. And he does. You waste all that energy like that, working it. When it comes right back to you, you almost always have to take a slap shot because you just don't have the juice to do anything else. McCusick with the shot right on. Oh, Murdoch thought he had that one. As time slowly starting to become a factor here. It's 5-4 with 3.5 to go. Leslie Farr sends it up. Murdoch gets a piece of that. Slama wants to get it, but he's on one wheel. Sees Eileen McCusick, sees Tommy, gives it to Tommy Murdoch. It's Tommy and Timmy. Murdoch bodies him a little bit. Tim isn't too crazy about that. Leslie going after that, but now so is Salama. He's not messing around with it. He wants to get that thing up to Brett Dougherty, who makes a nice move over to Tommy Murdoch. Oh! Back to Slama. He's got Christie on him. Oh, man. Careful, careful. 2:51. Brett Dougherty in the corner here with Captain Brian O'Neill all over him. Oh, right in front for Tommy. He can't get the shot. Once, twice. Oh! Where is it? He's just out of reach each time. Men's saying that he got hit with a high stick. He's not happy about that. But now Captain O'Neill has it, and he sees Tim, but he's too well covered. Or is he? Oh, it's a great try. And Christy Rivera gets that rebound somehow. But she's canceled out, and McCusick sends it up the boards. Here's Leslie Farr. She throws it in front for Christy, but can't get enough juice on that one. Here's Slama. Here's Menz. He's got Murdoch all over him, though. Brett Dougherty, he's got O'Neill on him. Murdoch with an opportunity. Nice try to walk through the legs of Leslie Farr there. Couldn't quite get that one done. 1:59 to go with Eileen McCusick trying to get the shot off from the tough angle there. Brian O'Neill sends it behind the boards, but it's not a good clear. Breton Fried in front, but Tommy Murdoch misses that on his backhand. And it comes out for Mitch Robinson. He's got Mintz on him. Beautiful play to Tommy Murdoch, who can't get through the legs of Brian O'Neill. He has it now. It's him and Menz. He'll shoot this one almost definitely. No, I'm so wrong. It's a beautiful pass. He looked up. It looked like it was going to be a shot. Instead, it was a perfect pass, a perfect deflection. And Tim Menz seems to have iced this game as Ken Santiago can't believe it. He's down. He's slowly getting up. The body language of Team Robertson here, not very strong. 1:28 to go. They're down by 2. They do have a timeout. We'll see if they use it as Murdoch goes to the bench, which is the last thing they need right now. Mitch Robinson with this puck. It's between his feet. Sends it up. Here's Emont. Will he finally get a shot? He does. Good shot. Goes wide, though. Here's Brett Dougherty. Where is Murdoch? Sitting on the bench with Slama. Here's Brett Dougherty. Right in front for Eileen McCusick. Nice shot. And Horsley has to come way out once and twice to stop the threat of McCusick. Here's Dale Crandon. He'll just send this thing out. And Brett says, well, if you're not going to do it hard, I'll just take it back. Thank you. Here's Christy Rivera. She just wants to get it deep. 1 minute to play. Will they pull the goalie? McCusick sends it up the boards for Crandon. He'll take a slap shot. Goes wide. Gin after it. Team Robertson not showing a lot of energy right now. Captain Mitch Robertson deciding that he's going to have to get more involved. He's sacrificed this entire season. He's definitely, here he comes now. He's a forward with all kinds of, Brett Dougherty with a rebound opportunity. And the clock is stopped with 30 seconds to play. They need to get Tommy Murdoch out here. They need to pull the goalie. They need to call a timeout on Anjanette Rieger. That's what they need to do.
They do. They need to take every advantage of these 30 seconds that are left. Try and get something going.
Well, Mitch Robinson takes himself off. Tommy Murdoch comes on. Now they call the timeout. Okay, that's good. They call the timeout. If they're going to have any chance at all, and it doesn't seem like they have much to begin with, down by 2, Kenny Santiago needs to start on the bench, and they just need to get basically everybody that's on the roster since they don't have that many people here today to play.
Everybody out on the ice.
Got to look at the. You got to wonder what they're thinking. You know, Tommy Murdoch is going to win that face-off. Is he going to win it back? Is he going to win it forward? I think he's probably going to win it forward. He likes to do that, and then everybody else charge the net. Meanwhile, if you're on Team O'Neill, you see Captain Brian O'Neill keeping everybody calm like he always does. And he says, okay, listen, we've got this thing under control. If they win the face-off, you throw it here. If we win the face-off, we do this. You could just see him there, just, you know, always the, he just emits calmness at all times.
Absolutely. I mean, we describe this as team chemistry, and it starts right there with the captain.
Yeah, you can just look at everybody up there listening to him, and everybody wants to follow his leadership, and you've got to respect that and admire that. You know, he's got a team of very good players. Doesn't have, you know, you could make the case for Tim Menz as a superstar in this league, but after that, you know, they're mostly just pretty good little players. Okay, Emont's on the face-off against Crandon. Curious formation here. And it goes behind the net. Tommy Ginn sends it around hard. Mitch Robertson can't get it in time. It goes all the way behind his net. He's eating up some time. It's invaluable time. He needs to get that thing deep. Tommy Murdoch is way high. And Timmy Menz has it. And he's gonna blow off some seconds here. Whoops, Robinson can't control that. 8 seconds. All the way across for Brett. Too far for him. 3, 2, 1. And that's it. Tommy Ginn ends this game appropriately by taking control of the puck. and Team O'Neill, a brand new team this season, goes from nothing to championship status.
Absolutely. I think this makes it a double championship season for Brian O'Neill.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes, he won on Monday night, so this does make him a double champion. And it's not just he who's a double champion. There's someone else on that squad.
I believe Chris Horsley.
That's right, Chris Horsley, who did everything in his power to help his buddy Tommy Murdoch out, so that he wouldn't be a double champion. But Tommy didn't want to play along. He wanted to score his 3 goals by himself. As we see the handshakes there, and Mark Tanis out with the now ceremonial pint glasses that Brian O'Neill will have 2 of. And Chris Horsley actually gave me his from Monday night, because he's not much of an alcohol drinker.
Come on, it holds milk.
I said that same thing to him. He said, nah, that's okay.
That guy, always generous.
Always generous. Almost I would say to a fault, but since I'm the recipient
right,
very often, I'm not going to say that. No, I don't want him to catch on.
Absolutely not. Hey, so I think if this is 2 nights here of handing out the pint glasses, this qualifies as a Water City tradition.
Ooh,
not
aren't you the funny
too
one?
many of those out here.
Well, we see them out there. They're celebrating with good cause. Tanis now handing out the glasses. Big Dave, of course, has to get involved because he just likes to be involved, be on the scene, and I think he probably saw the camera.
He probably did.
He probably did, so you know why he's out there. And that's pretty much it, folks. I don't think, Anjanette, is there anything more that needs to be said here?
Absolutely not. Fine season and very spectacular finish.
Got to we got to talk about the 3 stars here, of course. I would say. Well, did you have any ideas about who your 3 stars were? Okay, well, I'm just gonna spit them out really fast. I'm gonna go with Chris Horsley in net. I'm gonna go with Captain Brian O'Neill. No, I'm gonna go with Christy Rivera, number 2, and Tim Menz as the first star. Actually, I'm gonna amend that one more time. It's gonna be Captain Brian O'Neill. Number 3, it's going to be Christy Rivera, number 2, and Tim Menz, who was clutch all the way. And when you have to fight this hard for the 3 stars, I didn't even mention Tommy Ginn and all the things he did. You know that's a championship caliber team. So our congratulations to Team O'Neill. You deserved it. You fought hard, and it was a wonderful season for you. Congratulations, and we'll see you next season.